Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second week of our group project phase. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everybody, for making it to our meeting on time. And for today, I want to start off with some good news. First of all, me and Min, the two tech fellows, we received $200 Amazon gift card each from CodePath as a reward for being able to recruit students and run the course successfully and have been able to demonstrate results. And me and her, collectively, we have decided to use the majority of these as incentives for you guys to invest more time and effort into your group projects so that you guys will be able to have the best results. So we decided to use these gift cards to get incentives for the winning teams and anybody who's contributed to a brilliant app, so that we decided to make our demo day in a competitive format, which means there will be a winning team, a losing team, and we will have probably judges, and we'll be able to determine which team will be able to make the best app. And the demo day prices, there are several. First of all, it's Amazon Echo Dots. I think it's pretty cool. I never had one myself. And it's basically a smart speaker with Alexa built in. So you can just wake up every morning, say, Alexa, what's the weather? It'll tell you. And it's pretty neat. And also we have a smart wristband fitness tracker. You can track your sleep, your heart rate, your steps, show you the time. Obviously, you can customize the interface. You can I think you can control your music from your wristband if you connect it to your phone. It's pretty nice. Charge it once a week or so. And you also have JBL wireless headphones. I think a lot of you have wireless earbuds already. So I doubt noise canceling headphones might be nice. And I'm not sure how good is it. And since Black Friday is coming up, I'm thinking that for some of these items, if there's ever better ones, say like I don't know, Beats headphones coming up with Black Friday sales half off or something like that, I might just change to a even better one. And all these items are subject to change, but upgrades only. And also a full HD mini projector. I think it's very nice if you have an empty wall in your dorm room, stuff like that. And then you can just set it up, watch a movie, things like that. That would be very nice. And also an Amazon Fire HD 8 tablet. It's a little bit better than the Fire 7. I think a lot of people had the Fire 7 tablets. I've seen those a lot, and I always thought they were like really slow and did not have a lot of functionalities. But that was a while ago, and apparently I looked up their reviews, and they did some significant software update to their operating system, and their performance is much better now. And this one is the Fire 8 instead of the 7, so I believe it's a little bit nicer. It's 8-inch, and again, if there's some better deals that come up, also subject to upgrades. And lastly, the grand prize is 24-inch smart HD Fire TV, also with Alexa built in, so it has voice control. You'll be able to use your voice to, I suppose, turn on the TV and turn off, control volume, and search for any kind of things. Stream whatever you want, YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, or Prime Video, whatever you like. And it's pretty nice. So if you notice the values, it like goes way above 400, which is what we got. But I didn't pay out of pocket. It's because most of the things are on sale right now. So I'll try our best to use what we have to get the best of the best for all of you guys. And all these decisions that we're making is prioritizing, allowing you to be able to invest more in the class and have a better outcome. so that you can learn and succeed, and most of all, have a pleasant experience. So about all these prices, gonna tell you guys a little bit about the format. It's not, you know, winner take all. No. So for the winning team, and each team, we will select an MVP out of you guys, which is the person who contributes the most to the code, you know, or a person who have been able to contribute a lot in terms of setting up meetings and attending the meetings, and always making sure that everything is on track, following the schedule, and also even being able to reach out to me or another mentor, or connect with the CodePath mentorship program, and be able to get a lot of help, a lot of guidance for your project to help. And that's a different way to contribute. So we will have a form, evaluation form, to kind of in a tangible way measure what is the best app and which team is the winning team. And for each teammate, we will allow you to evaluate your own teammates yourself. And for us tech fellows also. So we would see who is the most contributive member of your teams. And for the winning team, the MVP will get to choose, first of all, out of all the prices, what they would like. If they would like the TV, they will go and get it. But if they already have a nice TV, sure, you can pick the headphones or Echo Dot if you want. And then second is the most contributive member of the winning team, and then third. And the second team, I don't want a losing team, because in my own experience, you can make a really, really great project, but you will still not, succeed. Yeah, I'm still salty about that. So even if you're not the best, if your app is brilliant and took a lot of effort, I believe you should still be rewarded. And so for the second team MVP, you will pick first out of all the leftover prizes. And for the other members, if you're contributive, you're able to receive a prize as well for whatever is left. And to be considered a contributive member, your average evaluation score among your teammates and us tech fellows, which will evaluate you. If your average score is 60 or above, we will consider you as contributive member. But if your contributive evaluation score is 60 or below, the prize goes to your team MVP, including if you are on the winning team. So that's just a way for us to ensure that everybody is able to not only hang on with our course when things get busy, not just disappear like my previous teammates, but also no matter what your constraints are, no matter what you have to deal with, always do your very, very best, and so that everybody can have a pleasant experience. And if things really comes to the point where your teammate just overwhelmed and cannot help you at all, well, if you have to take on most of the work for your project, I still hope that you can kind of feel like, hey, this is not like, oh, life sucks. No, I believe for the work you do, you should be rewarded. So you get an extra prize. So yeah, and I guess I will share this doc with you guys so that you guys can see like what are some expectations for your app as well. And we went through a little bit about what makes a great app idea. And to briefly go over it again, I think, since you guys will be finalizing your app idea, and I think it would be nice for us to go over it again. For your app idea, if it's unique, which means that there's not already something out there on the App Store, and we will consider it as, okay, your app is one of a kind. And if your app is able to intersect different concepts, like this ordinary thing with AI, or this already existing app, we cross them with another app and then make a new thing. That's pretty cool. And if your app uses some new technology, like, I don't know, machine learning or augmented reality, AR, then I'll definitely consider very innovative. And necessity is how impactful are the problems solved. You can make a calculator app yeah, but it's not going to be very impactful. And you can make an app connecting people to really cool resources, or make an app that kind of helps people with their safety. Like if you could see the past CodePath demo day projects, CodePath group projects, then if you can see, just Google CodePath demo day, you'll be able to see their archives and all their apps that they made. And then I'm just gonna use some of these as like a guidance to show you guys what are like some cool apps that really hit on the spot for these app ideas. For this one, I remember it was in my cohort that was considered really good in this particular aspect, is the one where they did really well in having an app that was able to, I can find it right now, but you guys can see all the different apps that was able to allow the user to you know, feel safe because they can just use this app, and I guess it's one tap and you can call 911 and always share your location with your friends and something like that. And obviously it's very impactful to make people, like, you know, feel safe and stuff. So like as we say, you want to make your app depending on like what needs are there for people that should be solved. So if there is a very strong need, very impactful, then definitely here's the point. And happy forming, how common or frequent are the problems solved? I think for stuff like Venmo, it's very common, very frequent, and impactful as well. And for other things like weather, it might be impactful or not, but anyways, you get the gist. And since this is an app development course, we want to, you know, majority be the actual app development, and functionality, you want to have all the necessary functions and also make some nice to have functions. And like our Instagram app, Parstagram, the necessary features are like, you know, post a picture and like and comments and stuff like that. And a nice to have feature might be okay, you stay logged in, you stay logged in across app restarts, stuff like that. And besides that, just aesthetics and user experience. You don't want a user to have to, you know, always click through a lot of buttons to get to some page that they're going to use very frequently for your app, like, you know, the main feature. You want to make the app as easy to use as possible. So things like that. And just make sure that you guys all, you know, are able to maintain like just be a good teammate, even though you're not able to contribute as much to the code. If you feel that your skill level is not comparable to your teammate or the other team or whatever, you can still be a good teammate just by being able to contribute as, you know, organization, making sure the weekly milestones, group milestones are submitted, and identify tasks, and always stay on track. And if you are not able to, you know, complete the task, I say, okay, I thought I could do this, but it seems harder than it was, then communicate as soon as possible, and then figure out the next step. That's still being a good teammate. And have initiative, just reach out to me, reach out to help for help. Again, try to get connected with the CodePath technical mentorship, and maintain communication with your mentor. If you do get matched, then that will be very helpful for you, and definitely shows that you're contributive. And lastly, be respectful to your teammates, and during discussions, invite your teammates to share their opinions and ideas, and be reachable. Don't disappear. Just reply at least within 24 hours. If somebody needs to reach you, then that'll be great. And I guess I can share this talk with you guys later to kind of give you guys an idea of what to aim for. All right, and again, send it in the Slack channel. Some of you guys don't think you check the Slack channel very often, so I'm just gonna talk about it again. I really want you guys to be able to establish a consistent method of communication. You could use Slack. You can start a new Slack channel if you guys all use Slack frequently, or Discord, or just SMS, GroupMe, anything that you are able to use consistently. And technical mentorship program, really recommend it, because when I did a group project, I had a mentor, and sorry, they were able to help us a lot. So I really believe that will help you guys a lot too. And again, we talked about this last week. And for the team structure, I want to know if you guys would like to elect a team lead to basically make sure all your tasks are completed and on schedule, and kind of communicate with me with updates and stuff, and take on the communication with a mentor if you do have one. So that way I will be able to just communicate with your team lead directly. If not, then I will communicate with you guys individually or together weekly or so for consistent updates and to provide help for you guys. So by the end of the session, please let me know if you guys would like to have a team lead or no. All right. So today we're going to go over the product spec, and basically it's just all the aspects about your app in terms of what screens it's gonna have, and how the screens interact with each other, and the kind of just structural build up of your app. And we're gonna watch this video from team lead about product spec and see what he has to say. I think my internet is not very stable right now. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, then I will share the link to this video with you guys, and then I guess you guys can just watch it later. And anyways, just go to the next part. All right, so we're also gonna go over a very important concept, which is MVP. Not the most valuable player, but the minimum viable product, an app with just enough core features to effectively deploy the product and no more. It's not saying that you should have an app like that out there, but when you are working with a project, or in the initial stage of designing a product, you want to be able to demonstrate what it does, then you need to aim for the MVP and no more, because you want to use your resources as much as possible to ensure all the minimum necessary features are complete and working. So for all of our app assignments projects, you could consider the first part of the assignment, like week one of each assignment, just the MVP, like the Flickster, where you're able to see the the movies that are in theater right now. The part one, what just shows you exactly what it has. And Twitter, probably you should be able to the required features of both weeks. Then that's your MVP right there. And besides that, anything above that is the improved UI, or scroll to refresh, stuff like that, or infinite scrolling if you guys implemented that as an optional feature. So that's the idea of minimum viable product. So for your app that you're thinking right now, think of what is probably the minimum viable product. What are all the features that you must have? And if you don't have to have anything else, then no more. Just think about what is the minimum viable product, and you must be able to complete each and every one of them before you even go to consider you can consider the optional features for sure, but before you go and actually work on or implement any unnecessary features, just to ensure that you're able to have a full functioning app. So while designing your product spec, first describe the required user stories, such as for the Instagram app, be able to post pictures, comments, and like, and I don't know. So for the product spec, you want to be able to identify all the screens in your app. And for Instagram, you will have a stream, and we're going to go over this different archetypes of screens in an app. And what kind of screens will your app have? You will have just basically a table view, a string for you to scroll and see all the contents and be able to have contents coming up again and again. And you need to be able to have some kind of details about a particular object that you want to view. And for the screens that you have in your app, you want to be able to stitch them together in your navigation flow. And there are two main types of navigation flows. We have the tab navigation that you guys had in Instagram, and you also have the just the flow navigation. When you click one thing, it goes to the other. Like in Flixster, you click on one movie, you go to the details about that movie. So for I would like to say for the MVP Instagram app, you should have all these items. You should have, create accounts and log in, log out. Might not necessarily even log out, because you can just log in and see stuff, right? And for the optional or nice to have features, you can, they think leaving comments is just nice to have. I think it's very necessary. Or you can say anything else might be necessary. So you also, maybe everybody have different standards of what's probably necessary in an app. For some people, it's like extremely important to see what your who liked your Instagram photos and stuff. But try to be a little frugal with the budget of time and resources that you have, and just think of what's really, really minimal. Then that will help you a little bit. So for the screen archetypes, there are 6 core archetypes that appear in nearly every app. You have first the login screen, launch up any social media app. There goes your login or register screen, and then you will go to your stream, like Twitter. You just keep scrolling through your tweets, and you have a detail screen. So for Fixer app, you do have a detail screen for the particular object that you choose to see more detail of. Then you have the creation screen, like the Instagram or Twitter app, and you have profile. And I think it's optional in Instagram for you to create a user profile and be able to see the photos that they have posted. And for a lot of apps that have a social media aspect, is basically necessary to have a profile. And then settings. For these, I wouldn't consider settings screen to be necessary in any app, unless there's really certain circumstances where it's necessary. But you can have very basic things such as night mode for you to turn all the screens into a dark phase, or switch language is not very difficult to implement actually if you look into that. So those are basically the 6 core archetypes that are in every app. And over here, as you can see, Facebook has a stream for you to see just posts and posts and posts. And there's also maps. It's kind of its own thing. It's just maps. If you're gonna have a map, you gotta have a map showing, then the entire screen is the map. But that also depends on the kind of apps you're gonna have. You might not necessarily have that anywhere. So identify your core screen archetypes based on the core user stories, and think about what screen archetype is most appropriate for the type of thing that you want to do. And they did they talk about a search screen archetype over here? No, they did not talk about a search screen archetype, but it's kind of its own thing as well. You putting it into a search bar of what you want, and then things that come up, then it's probably kind of a stream, but it's its own thing. So as you can see, for all your required user stories, you will have a screen archetype that match with it. And for your product spec, you want to be able to match all your core user stories to each of those screens and be able to describe what your app is going to look like. And that will be able to help you construct a blueprint of your app. To keep navigation types within an app, you have the tab navigation. You like Spotify has a tab navigation from the bottom. On the bottom, you can click one or two different things, and it goes to all the different things, and then flow navigation. And for many apps, probably most apps out there, you will have a mix of both. Where like if you go on Instagram and you are on your home page, you click someone's name, and then you can see their profile, right? And then if you go to your own profile, click in a different tab, then you can see your own post. You can see go to like click one of your own photos, right? But when you go back to your homepage, it doesn't go back to your homepage. It goes to that person's profile that you just clicked because they had a flow navigation that you left it over there, and you can go back to the previous, which was your homepage. So for many apps, and it's a good idea to have a mix of both to like give it a really good user experience instead of you go to your homepage, you click something, and then you tap away, you tap home again, then you're back to your homepage and you lost whatever you were looking at. So yeah, kind of is what we talked about. Yeah, so next thing is wireframes, and wireframes is basically the visual blueprint for your app of what everything is gonna look like. Like these three different login screens, just depending on what you want it to look like, and you can have multiple different ideas for you to decide like what your final app is gonna look like on the Xcode. Because again, it's just blueprints, doesn't have to be set in stone, but it helps guide you just kind of look at what looks nice and what makes sense or not. So the purpose of wireframe is to show how various screens connect and flow to each other, what information is displayed, and how users interact with each screen. So these ideas will connect back to the screen archetypes that we talked about for the login screen. Say this is your wireframe right here. It looks like a screenshot of an app, but you can have a digital wireframe as well, which basically just allows you to make your blueprint exactly what it should look like in the real app, but it's not in the real app. And there's different ways you can make a digital wireframe, and we will talk about that as well. So for this login screen as example, how will the user interact with the screen? You will tap into this field right here, and you can type out your email address. You can type password and type it in, and your password should appear as dots or stars, and you have buttons for you to click. And for register, you also have fields and buttons. And for a stream, you want to be able to scroll and things like that. And this one here is an example of a wireframe. You can hand draw it, and this will be the assignment for the week. Your team need to be able to produce one wireframe for the app idea that you have finalized during this session. And I can show you again my own app for you guys to see what everything is supposed to look like. And for my app, I did make a digital wireframe, and it looks very nice. But the pitfall of that is that you will be able to make a nice wireframe. Oh, I went way past. And you will be able to make it, but I only left my digital wireframe here. But basically, these are all the digital wireframes that I created on the web. Oh, there you go. It just took some time to load. Yeah, this was my initial wireframe that I completed the first week or the second week. And it kind of shows you how, okay, if you click the login button, it goes you takes you to your calendar page. And then say you swipe right for the next month, right? And then if you click this little plus sign right here, takes you to the creation screen, be able to create an event. If you click this X button right here, takes you to the previous screen. And if you go tap twice on a date, it takes you to the daily view of a particular day. And then if you click one particular event, it takes you to the detailed view of the particular event that you want to see. Then you will be able to go back to the creation screen and modify the information. So this is you guys' assignment for the week. Need to be able to produce either a hand-drawn wireframe or be able to make digital wireframes and an interactive prototype. These are bonus. You don't have to make it. This is good enough, but something like this. And if you choose to make a digital wireframe, it's probably not necessary to have a hand-drawn wireframe. I'm not actually very clear on that. CodePath grades it. I'm not sure what's the rubric, but you should have a hand-sketched wireframe, and the digital wireframe is a very nice bonus, and it adds points which most of you will be good if you just go through the weeks. But an important part is that is a very nice portfolio piece for you guys. So make it nice, and in the future during interviews and stuff, you can just demonstrate how you're able to make this and just kind of look professional. So with this, just demonstrating what these are, what screen archetypes these are, and you will specify them in your wireframe as well, like what screen archetypes these are and what navigations you will see. And you can have different navigations, a mix of both. Just specify all of that in your product spec, and you will be able to allow yourself to be very, very clear on how the screens are supposed to interact with each other, which is very important, because if you're kind of unclear on that, then your app that you finally make, it might just be kind of messed up. You thought it was supposed to go there, but it goes to a different place, or when you want to exit the screen, it takes you back to a different place than you expected. So having these navigations, just knowing how screens interact with each other very clearly will help you a lot, and is very important. And Figma is a very great tool. It's free. It's on the web. Just Google Figma, and you will be able to collaboratively create designs. You can just basically make a project and then start from scratch from make a square, then put something on there, put some buttons on there, and then you can collaborate together, like the way like Google Doc works, I guess. And then just start designing your app and make comments and stuff, and have different blueprints probably, and eventually decide on what you want things to look like. And you can also make this interactive prototype. Like I say, I did make that for my app as well, and these will, like I say, provides a more realistic representation of your app's flows and function. You should be able to click on these. That will take you to a different screen. And on the web, it looks like a real app if you make it that way. But it's just like a small invisible button that you can just click, and then it just acts as the real button in the app. So it's very nice. It's a cool bonus for you guys to do, but it does take time. So if you don't have time, don't do it. Just stick to the minimum and be able to complete things properly, and that's the most important. So over the week, meet with your group and then work through the activities. In week 8, session 2, you will see all the information about wireframes, and you need to be able to complete it by Tuesday midnight. That's one of your assignments. And for our session, you're going to finalize your app idea with your team and begin designing your product spec. And you will create a GitHub organization and project repository so that you can begin create a README with all the information about your product spec and begin adding code to your repository. So I'm gonna put you guys in your respective teams in a minute, and then you can work through the activities in session 1, so you can begin designing your product specs and building your repository. Are you guys clear on what to do for now?
Yeah.
All right. And have you guys decided on the app idea that you're gonna make, or do you guys need to discuss some more?
We have a few options. We just haven't finalized one yet. Okay, so I had a question though.
Yeah.
Will you give any preference like to an app that is like for climate change or something?
To an app that
like
is
an app that but any app that does something for the betterment of the world or something, like climate change or
yeah, like a paradigm for, you know. No. You can make an app that benefits people with disabilities, that benefits people who like
exactly. So if it
anything,
doesn't do anything like that,
no.
So if it's a social media app,
yeah, it pertains to how impactful your app will be. So if you make an app that shares information with people who collect stamps, compared to the other team who makes information about you know, medical help for emergencies, then their app will probably be more impactful than yours. So you can make your app about anything at all, but that will relate to how impactful your app idea is.
Okay then. Thanks.
All right.
And also another question.
Yeah.
So if there are already about if there are more apps, if there's already apps on the App Store with the same functionality, should we create an app about that?
You could, and I'm not gonna tell you you can't, but that might take points off for innovation. Absolutely, there is no way around that.
So the thing is that most of the problems that we thought of, like for disabilities or something, they've been already fixed, like by apps on the App Store. There's so many apps that fix those issues. Like for example, we were gonna build an app for blind people. Like
you can absolutely still do
language.
that. Yeah, I do not want to discourage you guys from building something that's already out there, because first of all, it's easier that way, and second of all, it can still be impactful. Because here's the thing about apps: nobody is reinventing the wheel out there every single day. For most of the apps, whatever is out there is already been done by somebody. Like Spotify probably wasn't the first, you know, music app out there, but it's probably one of the best. It's one of the best right now. So it matters how like good your app is. If there is already the exact same app out there, make it even better. Then you'll make a great app. You might even have it uploaded on App Store and be more successful than them. So
but the problem is I can't decide on what to do. Like there's okay, so one of my ideas was an app that's like Yik Yak plus Rate My Professor. So that's like a social media app, right?
Wait, sorry, say that again.
So an app like Yik Yak and Rate My Professor combined. So because it's hard to find, so one was that, and then the other idea was a sign language thing.
Very
so
nice. Like
sign
like
language
Duolingo for
translator.
sign language.
Sorry, what?
Like a Duolingo for sign language.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's what she had. Okay, so I can't decide what to do because the Rate My Professor plus Yik Yak app that I thought of was like it was unique, but it doesn't have any impact.
It is very impactful. I wouldn't say it doesn't have any impact. Yeah.
It is. It isn't.
It is. It's a Rate My Professor app.
Yeah.
I think it's very impactful. It helps a lot of students, particular students. I think it also depends on how you can make a case for it, right? And for I think as a student, if you take a class with the bad professor, that just really kills your passion for this whole subject.
So my thinking for that app was that look, so there's most of the ratings for on Rate My Professor are very old, or some professors just don't have a post about them.
Yeah.
So my idea was to get people on, to get people using that app and make at the Yik Yak part as a gossip area or something, and just make people use that app more. And then when they tag a professor, it just goes on to their page. And you
explain to me what is Yik Yak, because I never heard of it.
Okay, so Yik Yak is an app where you anonymously post messages for around, like for people around you to read.
Okay.
Just like I think 30 miles or something.
So your app will look something like a forum where people can not only leave posts or reviews, but also just chat.
Yeah, so it's like it's based on the area.
Yeah.
It takes a certain area and then it just, yeah, so you understand, right? So one was that idea, and then the other was of like for sign language, Duolingo sign language. So I think that idea is more impactful, but there's so many apps on the App Store that it's just not as impactful as it was.
No worries about that. If your app it's not original, but that doesn't mean it's not innovative, right? You maybe thought of it yourself, but turns out it's already been done. That wouldn't make it not innovative. So probably you won't get a 5 out of 5, 5 stars for innovation, but you won't get a 0. So don't worry about that. It's only a minor part of the grading. So
then for the suppose for the Yik Yak and Date My Professor app, could we get full points for impact? Like if I made my case right.
If you make your case right, absolutely.
For any social media.
And we will try to invite judges, and right now we're thinking TCU faculty, the computer science professors, and CodePath people like my guru, which are like higher level than me, and even also people from other companies. If we could invite them, then it depends on them what they think are the potentials for your app, and they will just judge it accordingly. So depends on how you make your case. If you like, when you present your app, explain to them this is exactly how many people, how much, how often you can impact them, then you can make a good case and change their opinion.
Okay. All right.
All right. Really great questions. Anything else?
No, thank you.
All right. Awesome. I guess, have you finalized your app idea yet?
We're just going to do something.
Class mentorship stuff.
Yeah, connecting with like students and
mentorship.
mentors.
Great. I think that is a very nice idea. And you know what? I actually thought of making an app like that, like a year or 2 ago. And I thought it's so weird that we don't already have something like that. When there's already these connections that can be really impactful, but there's nobody out there facilitating them. So I think this is a really, really great idea, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Let's do it.
Tips and tricks about classes. Connect students and mentors. And you know what? Since your app has a social aspect, right? For connections, you want to have user profiles, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, this person has taken this many classes, knows these skills, and maybe you can have. I'm helping both teams as much as I can. So bring ideas. Maybe you can have not just academics information, but also about life. You can help making friends. You can, this person likes board games, likes chess, likes video games, like sports, can connect people, and maybe not just students who are taking one class with others who have already taken it, but also students who are taking the same class and connect them together to make study groups, study sessions, share notes. That would be really, really nice. Really nice.
Yeah, it'd be good.
All right, you guys are doing a great job.
What are they going to make? The other team. Yeah.
I'm not gonna share information about the other between two teams without the other team's permission, but they are still deciding. So
okay, I see. Secret.
Yeah, no favorites, but equally love each team just as much.
Okay.
And have you guys reached out to Ame?
Yeah, he's my neighbor. I talked with him last night.
Oh yeah.
He was for this idea, so he's gonna help some coding as well, I guess.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And have you guys established a meeting schedule? How many times and what time do you guys meet per week?
Oh, I usually like 3 times a week. I meet with John, and then I meet with Tammy like twice a week. So I don't know.
Okay, that's awesome.
Maybe
That's great.
and we're gonna meet up, I guess, to talk about this one.
Great.
Yeah.
And lastly, are you guys considering to use the technical mentorship program?
Not sure. I'm still.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No
yet.
problem. It's not
Yeah.
necessary by any means. Just I thought it would be a nice plus for you guys. All right. All right. So since Arian's both teammates are not available right now, we'll just gather everybody back for a quick wrap up, and then you guys will either be free to continue working or leave the room or during a different Discord, Slack, or Zoom meeting if you would like. So by next Tuesday at midnight, you need to submit your group milestone as your assignment, and your app idea must be finalized. And then product spec and wireframe are to be completed by Tuesday. So you guys will probably want to assign tasks to each member and just be able to make sure that everything is completed. Submit your README as before or just the GitHub repo link with the README as your assignment. Only one team member needs to submit the README for the group, seeing as you guys are registered in the group. And lastly, I did still want to have you guys complete the end of session surveys, and you can find the link to the surveys in the overview tab of the week. So still, please fill them out if you can to help us improve the course as much as possible. And if you guys have any questions? All right, if not, then feel free to keep working, and Arian, you are good to go now.
Thanks. See ya.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you.